Hello guys, welcome to Marian TV. This is Marian and we are here with Kenya Finest. We are here with Kalwande TV and
Cyprian TV.
So today, of course, you can see David in the house. Tuko na yeye hapa. He wants to tell us 1, 2, 3. Wacha tumwache tu ajiintroduce and we can go forward. Habari yako David?
Mzuri sana.
Maybe ukijiintroduce, who are you and
Okay, David Onyango or David Smith Gogo. So I'm a spiritualist. I'm practicing spirituality and I'm a herbalist. I do herbal medicine too. And also I do ancient science.
When you say you practice spiritualist, what do you mean?
Spirituality.
Spirituality. Yes. What do you mean?
So, okay, it's a knowledge of spirit. It's a science beyond science. So maybe you can call it in science is metaphysics. So you do it beyond physical. So there's so many things you can study beyond physical human being. Because in human being, we are composed of two things. We are both physically and spiritual. So I do normally concentrate in the spiritual part of people. Yeah.
Hiyo spiritual ile ya uchawi ama ni nini?
Yeah. People think that uchawi is a negative only thing. It's not negative. Okay, somebody who is a witch is a doctor. A witch is a doctor. Somebody who studies herbal and who study medicine was so herbal. Because hizi zote ni herbal. Tusijidanganya, hata capsule ni herbal. Zingine zimetoka kwa marijuana. Mostly hizi cancer ni capsules. Unapata hizi dawa za aspirin whatever. Cough syrups zinatoka kwa herbal zote. Mzungu ndiye ametucheza akili lakini zote wanatoka kwa herbal. So when somebody is studying that, when unafanya utafiti ya dawa za kienyeji, ni wewe ni witch doctor. Kwa Kiswahili, kwa English hiyo. But in generally, you are a doctor. But when you study Western medicine, they call you a doctor. But when you study an African medicine, these people call you a witch. So just try to remove the word witch, then you put it craft. The word craft is science, is a metaphysics. So craft is the study of spirit and how they function and how they behave they control human beings. Yeah.
Now, kidogo tu nikuulize kitu hapa imepop in my mind. Huwa nasikia Pastor Ezekiel akisema my spiritual father. And I've heard you saying spiritual, hiyo kitu spiritual. Is it related now akina Ezekiel, akina Pius Muiru au watu wa spiritual siji something? Can you talk about it so that watu waweze kuelewa?
Yeah, spiritual fathers is somebody who guides you along your way of studying spirit. Is like your teacher, your master. Your master, your teacher, somebody who guides you to know more about your spirit, your spiritual journey. So Muiru is a spiritual father of Pastor Ezekiel and is a good spiritual father. I like their courtship, like a father like son. So you normally protect the son. And also the son, when the son has a problem, he runs to the father. He gets help from the father because the father has more knowledge than the son. But the son can be more higher because when you teach, when a teacher teaches maybe a student, the student will be more knowledgeable than the teacher, but the teacher has more experience than the student. So hapo ndio unajua tofauti yako mwanafunzi na mwalimu. So I like the bond between these two, the son and the father. That's why the guy is moving because he has the father. A son cannot move too long or too far, cannot go too far without the father. So either is your biological father or the spiritual father or guardian father. So you must remember what you came from, where you came from, na mwenye alikuinua akakufunza. I like that bond.
Okay, na maybe kwa sauti tu, if you can add juu kidogo. We've seen, you've said that you've spoken about witchcraft, capsules, whatever. na zenye wazungu wamefanya. So maybe if you can see the instance of Pastor Ezekiel, unapata ako na mafuta, ako na maji yenye anatumia, and you can even find people are importing it from different countries to use them when they are sick, kama wako na mahitaji different. So what can you say in the cases of using mafuta na handkerchiefs ama to capsules? What do you think ama what is your opinion on it?
Okay, unaona kuna spiritual diseases and physical diseases. Two things as two different medicine. So that when you are treating a spiritual disease, you don't mix it with the physical. But when you are treating a physical disease, you don't mix it with the spiritual. When somebody is going through a spiritual disease, he must seek for the spiritual medicine. And the spiritual medicines need something practical. So everybody in this world, whether we are doing it physical treatment or spiritual treatment, you must need something practical. So practical in which way? Our body has something called energy. And this energy is what moves and what drives us, and this is the only what make us move. And the same energy that make us heal when we are not healthy, or when we are experiencing a certain disease. So for a human being in physical, he believes in what he sees. That's why most people believe on the miracle they see. That's where you can accept, your faith can accept that area. So it's only something that can ignite your faith, that can support your faith. But the healing is within you. The healing takes place within you. The power is within you. I can remember there's a quote in the Bible that God dwells within us, is among us. Alafu kuna place wanasema there is power within you. So when they use something like kitambaa, maji, it's just something that makes your faith believe that this thing can heal you. But normally it is your faith that heals you. But sisi faith zetu zinakonga kidogo because of lack of knowledge. That's why you normally perish. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. So when you lack that knowledge, you will be taught, and somebody will give you something to support that your faith. So you believe this one, when I use this thing, it supports my faith. So hiyo kitambaa inabeba power. So be it in the spirit. So like water, let me talk about water or the oil. Oil and water is almost the same thing. So maji, ule jamaa akiomba kwa maji, because he has power, he has a spiritual power that he controls the crowd. And that spiritual power, akieka kwa ile maji, hii maji it contains a memory of his power. So hii maji inasaidia watu, ukienda nayo kwako inaweza kusaidia, ukisprinkle nayo kwa kitu yako inatoa ile kitu yenye inakusumbua. So that memory of that spirit ndio ziko kwa hii maji. Ina flow. Sasa ukitumia ina support faith yako na upate uponyaji. Lakini enyewe unaweza kaa peke yako chini na upone. But sisi naye hatuna hiyo power, hatuna hiyo knowledge, hatuna hiyo nguvu. Lazima mtu akuja atuconnectie nguvu ndio tupate hiyo nguvu ya kuponya ama kutatua shida zetu. Na ndio maana wametushinda, wengine wanakataa kutupea elimu, kutuelimisha jinsi tunaweza kuwa independent on our own. So ukikuwa independent on our own, huwezi enda kwa pastor, ama huwezi enda kwa mganga kufanyia kitu fulani. Uko na ile, kama uko na shida unatatua kivyako.
So personally, does it mean you don't support those people who believe in their pastors?
Not that I don't support those who believe in it. In this world, you must believe in something. Because I also believe in my ancestors. I believe in my spiritual fathers. And I believe in my parents too. So you must believe in something. Believing is you believe in what you don't see. You believe in what you don't see. And you believe in what you don't actually, you might know it, but you don't know. So these pastors, it is not bad, because they are the people who gives you hope. But in a right way. That's where the point is, in a positive way. not ile extent yenye mtu anaenda kuua mtu, anafanya nayo mtu sacrifice. That is not right with nature. Nature does not accept that. Doesn't accept that. So binadamu hawezi tumika tu hivyo hivyo because amekosa hekima na maarifa ya vitu zingine ya inaitwa kispirit. So when you don't know anything, you must seek and you get clarify on that. Usiende tu kwa kitu fulani, kwa kanisa fulani, kwa watu wengine, na wewe unaenda hivyo na mguu zako zote. At least mguu ingine ibaki nje ya kufikiria. See an extent unaenda una mtu anakuambia you fast and you die. Because of that fast na huyu mwingine anakula. That is not right. Nature doesn't accept that. So that is not right, and totally I disagree with that. So anything concerning of any human being sacrifice or any human being akufe, I'm against that. It is not right. But those who are just helping people, it is fine. People need help in any way possible. Be it in Christianity, be it in any herbal, be it in our Waganga, so long as they can help you, fine, go for that. Yeah.
So umeinsist hapo kwa sacrifice. How do you think people sacrifice other people?
Sacrifice has so many ways. Let me just talk about human sacrifice. Somebody can be sacrificed in so many different ways. Somebody can sacrifice your soul. So unasikianga mtu I sacrifice my soul to the devil. And somebody can sacrifice your body. Totally your spirit a sacrifice, or your body parts. So when you want something, maybe it is a covenant you're going to make. I want this one. Maybe I did wealth and I want to sacrifice my private part. I'll never get married to any woman. Well, I'll never sleep with any woman. You will do that, and people do that knowingly. Wengine wanafanya unknowingly because of this cult. Because everything is cult. Religion is a cult. Religion is a cult.
Religion is a cult?
It's a cult.
How?
Cultism is a group of people that comes together for one purpose. So cult is not that when I said cult, people are getting shocked of, oh, Illuminati is whatever.
I'm shocked.
Even those who are in Illuminati, they are still in the religion. They are Christians. Now go Illuminati.
No way.
So like you mean like it's a cult in general, or maybe a specific
This is a group.
certain religions?
Illuminati is not a religion. So you can be in Illuminati and you are still a Christian.
How now?
Pastors are in Illuminati and they're still Christians.
Can you prove that?
Yeah. Okay. Cultism. Kuna some cults zenye zinakupea power to control that spiritual. Yani, they control, they do these things in spiritual way, whereby they control the physical. So long for you to control physical people, these physical human beings, you must slave their spirits. So this cult, they will give you power to manipulate. So naonanga the most pastors wako na ring fulani, haiko kwa the marriage, the middle finger.
Iko kidole tofauti.
Iko kwa kidole cha hii ama hii haiko kwa hii. This one is for the marriage. So haiko kwa hii unless he marries. That,
so atakuwa na mbili.
Unless he doesn't have a wife, he marries that cult. So ikikuwa hivi, alafu napata kama kuna hiyo nini iko na kimawe. Kimawe imekuwa hapa. Kwa hiyo ring iko na kimawe fulani yenye hiyo mawe ukiangalia maybe ni black ama greenish or bluish. Iko na some glitter. So ukiangalia ndani hiyo mawe kuna a certain part of brain. The lower part of brain inaitwa cerebrum. Kuna cerebellum and cerebrum. It's the lower part. That's where the according and decoding taking place. So that ring akiingia nao pale anaweza manipulate mind za watu wote, so you believe whatever he says is possible.
What?
So he manipulates your mind with that ring. They manipulate your mind with that ring. I'm not saying anybody.
No, we haven't mentioned
Yeah,
anybody.
I know people gaze things,
Okay, though I've even I've even
but people have seen this,
Uh,
and it's not something new.
So if I see any pastor wearing a wedding ring, na
And
hajaoa,
akaongeza ingine,
that
tuseme
means
hajaoa na ameongeza wedding ring, ameweka kwa the inaitwaje, the marriage finger, it has a question. But akioa ameongeza ingine, he has two rings, maybe either on the left, maybe these two left, utapata kama they have certain energies because the palms heals. There are power in the palms. So there's how you can control your energies through your palms. So I can detect which person are you when I look the wristband or the thing you tie on your hands. So I can detect this one is you give or you are a receiver. So wengine they give and receive. That those who only they give but they don't receive from anybody. They are independent of their own. So they teach people. So that's where they will control their energy. They will tie their energy on the left hands. Unaona? So when you put a ring finger on your right hand, I mean the right hand, on your right hand, means you give teaching to people. You are a giver. You are independent on your own. Nobody gives you. You only give people. You only feed people. You feed people. But they don't feed you. But when you give and receive, you will both tie them on your both hands. Utapata kama ziko kwa finger zako zote. So anybody putting a ring on his or her finger has some meaning because everything happens physical, it has already happened in spiritual.
So can we conclude that any pastor we see with a ring other than the
More
wedding band
is a cult.
it's a cult.
Hiyo iko kwa cult because hizi cult wanaendanga kuchukua in western countries. They're more powerful in witchcraft and Moso Ghana, Belgium, Benin, Ghana, Nigerians. So they give people those powers so that power can make you manipulate a crowd. We call them crowd pullers. So ukisimama hapa, that ring manipulates people's mind and you accept everything. Alafu ukitoka pale, you regret why, mbona nilienda pale? But ukitaka kuacha tena unataka kurudi tena huko. Yeah.
Can I ask you something? We have seen pastors wakienda kama zinaitwa ma crusade ama hizi ma seminars. You guys, someone stretches his hand like this. Alafu unaona watu wameanguka chini wote. Does it mean they have some spiritual powers ama ni hizi ma cult powers? Sijui unaziita aje.
Anything we call it that spiritual. Whether you call it cult also work with the spiritual knowledge. It's just knowledge. Here everything is just spiritual knowledge. When you have that spiritual knowledge, you can control these physical people. So unapata kama akona just a symbol, anything symbolic that has that power. Maybe ka rungu fulani, yenye akifanya hivyo people fall. So like akona certain spirits zenye zinasaidia kumanipulate mind ya watu una fall. Ama hizi energies zinaingia, akifanya hivi the energies inaingia kwa watu wote. So inafanya body haiko in stable condition. Let me ask you one thing. It is very rare to see somebody kwa kanisa tumekaa hivi atoke kwa kiti anguke. Ushaona?
Yeah.
Very rare, si ndio? Watu wanaangukanga mkisema mbona? Watu wataanza kuanguka aje? Kuna ile time pastor ataanza praise. Kuna praise and worshiping song. Ushaisikia worshiping song inaanza before praise? Gani huwa inaanza ya kwanza? Mbona praise? Praise is for the physical. So you praise the physical body achanganyikiwe when you want to get into the spiritual. That's why unapatanga those who are using marijuana, they only manipulate the physical. Then unapata kama the spiritual inatoka kwa hiyo body inaanza kutravel. So when you manipulate the physical, it is very easy to control the spirit. So that's why when they start with the praise and worship, watu wanachangamuka, people dance, alafu they lower it to the worshiping song. Worshiping song is a worshiping, you now sing for the spirit. So you are entering to the spiritual world. That's where you start seeing people traveling. They will start traveling, their soul start getting out, moving out of their body. So your body inabakika is a vessel the body is just inakaa container, inabaki kama container, so there is nothing that controls that body, so haina stabilization. So ile time ile energy inaingia, ule pastor kuja na a certain power kenye beba, one of the things yenye anaweza tumia for manipulation, ama maji akiweka kwa watu wanaanguka, ama ile rungu akifanyia hivi watu wanaanguka. Ile time ndio unapata kama hiyo mwili iko hivyo hivyo tu. Ni kama hii stand na kuna mtu hapo, so ukisukuma hiyo stand hivi, so unaona wanapiganga the forehead where the pineal gland is hapa. Ushasikia pastor na kusukuma hapa kwa tumbo? Or am I the one looking things too deep?
No.
Utapata kama anasukuma. Why not? Why mostly are women? Because women wanna travel their spirit too fast. So fast, they travel very fast. Their spirit moves out of their body because wanapenda kujiachilia. Sasa ndio maana utapata population mingi ni women.
Tunapenda kujiachilia.
Utapata mwanaume amesimama hivi hadi mwingine anajaribu kuinua mguu moja hivi, anguki because kufight. Una wonder why is it mimi sianguki na hao wengine wanaanguka?
Washaanguka.
Because wewe mwenyewe hujaingia into the spiritual world. The spiritual world is something weird because it will show you so many things in spirit that ikirudi inaweza leta this idionetwaje disorder. Ukirudi pale inaweza leta disorder, kama imerudi energy ikirudi mingi sana ndio inaweza kuwa mwenda wazimu pale. Hiyo ni story for another day.
Anyway, guys, I don't know guys if you are shocked like me. Kuna vitu ambavyo nimesikia vimenishtua sana Mary. Sijui kama wewe labda pengine kuna mambo umesikia hapo yanakushtua.
Hata mimi nilishtua. Maybe acha tuambie. Comment down below tusikie na nyinyi mnaona nini ama wanasema nini about it.